What is up, everyone? So I've got this little project I actually wanted to work on before we left. So in regards to my sleep system, I've been using this Outdoor Vitals 10 degree Summit Down sleeping bag. I do love this thing. However, it's basically about 2 pounds. And I've already mentioned to y'all in my updated gear video that I have been sweating like every night. So I was actually thinking that instead of taking that back out there, I was thinking that I would take my Z-Packs 15 degree quilt. No, I'm sorry, 20 degree. This is not 15, it's a 20 degree. Now, I'm not trying to hate on Z-Packs, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. And the reason is literally because I got this in 2020. It's a 20 degree quilt, so it's wide open. You know, I realized after I got this that I don't really like to do the quilt thing just because I don't like to lay directly on the sleeping pad, so I never use this the correct way, blah, blah, blah. So I decided because this thing is so toasty, I would order their 10 degree sleeping bag. Same thing, just has a zipper, no hood, nothing. I tested that 10 degree sleeping bag out and I was absolutely freezing. I contacted them and I explained the situation like, hey, I'm warmer in your 20 degree quilt than I am in your 10 degree sleeping bag. So when I sent it back for them to inspect it, they said, oh, it actually has 9 grams more of feel in it. So you know, we can't do anything about it. It didn't make any sense to me. I sleep hot. This thing is toasty, but in that one I was freezing. I could literally feel air on my legs all night and it was zipped up all the way. And they did tell me that there was like a change in design, change in materials. So to me, I'm thinking, okay, the quality's not as good as it was in 2020 because this thing gets hot as crap. And I know it gets hot because we were on the Foothills Trail in 18 degree temperature and I was using this. And I was warm. The only time I felt the cold air is literally when I rolled over and this thing came open because it's a quilt. So with all that said, because this thing is so warm, I'm really wanting to take it with me, but it does not have a zipper because it is not a sleeping bag. So I bought some zipper, and all I've got done so far is that I've got the actual zipper in there, which that took a bit to get. And then I closed up the bottom so that, you know, obviously when this is down on the inside, if I unzip it, it's not just going to keep going and just completely unzip. So what I am about to do is I'm going to turn this inside out. And I'm going to, hope I don't regret doing this. I'm going to take this zipper. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to turn it inside out and install this zipper manually. I don't know how to sew. I can do a basic job with a needle and thread, but I am not using a sewing machine because I don't know how to. So there's that. But I'm going to sew this up as close to their seam as I can. I feel a little nervous about doing this, but I'm also not using this quilt at all. So it's not that like if I mess it up, I won't care. I will, but I don't think I'm gonna mess it up. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. We'll see how this goes. So now I guess it's time to start sewing. Figure out how I want to do this. I'm scared. Got this laid out inside out. I have decided I'm going to sew it on with the zipper on the inside so that when I get up in the morning, it's easier to unzip from the inside. Anyway, so now I've just got to start sewing. I seem to be having a hard time starting. I'm not so sure I want to do this. Okay, I finally took the plunge. As you can see, that looks really beautiful. But I'm keeping it really close to the edge to give this as much room as possible. And I realized I didn't really want to poke this and then have an issue, and then that just gives a hole to where the down can come out. So it might be stupid, but I'm doing it along this really small edge, and yes, I'm gonna have to be very careful with this thing. So we leave on Tuesday, so hopefully I got enough time to do this. Today's Thursday. Progress update. I have gotten this much done. And I still have all this left. Oh my God. Anyway, time for another update. I've been doing this for 3 hours now, and I've got from here to here done. So in order to finish this side, I've still got one more little stretch. It has now been 4 hours. I've got one side done. And it's now 8 p.m. Good morning. It is now the next day. So what I'm doing now is I am making a little tab for the end. I just used some fabric. It's actually the sleep shirt I'm taking. I cut a little piece of fabric off the end of it, and I'm going to use this little piece for the other zipper, but I've got this one wrapped around and I'm just sewing it up. Oh my goodness, I did this. Yes, I know that looks rough, but well, I can't do that at the same time. Boom, it works. It doesn't keep going. Yay, I did that. Get this side attached going up, and I don't want to start with this whole thing completely unzipped. I'd like to get it going just a little, but I don't know how I'm going to do that without unzipping it. So anyway, halfway done. Holy crap, I'm officially done. All right, and now what I'm going to do is take it into the front room and lay it out, get in it, zip it up, and let's see how well this bad boy works. All right, here's the finished product. I think it actually turned out pretty good. So turn this inside out or back the correct way. I mean, that's pretty good. And then actually you don't see the zipper part, so I kind of like that. But I do have to from the inside. I don't know how I'm going to lay in this when I'm on my sleeping pad. I might try to put this underneath me, or I may just lay on these baffles, so we'll see. But I need to see if this is comfortable when I get in it. So, oh yeah, okay. And if I want to zip it all the way, it's not too bad. Okay. I would say that that was a success. So I think I'm going to weigh this just to see how much it weighs like by itself with the zipper attached now. But this is what I'm planning on taking back out to the CDT. And I think I'm going to be happy with this. It's a lot lighter than my sleeping bag. And now that I've got the zipper on it, it can be a little more versatile. I'm going to leave these snaps and take these with me because then I can still use it as a quilt. This is just a number 3 zipper, so it's like pretty small. It's not heavy duty at all, so yay! All right, happy I did that. It only took me about, I don't know, 8 hours total, but that's a lot better than spending, what, another 3 or 4, possibly even $500 for something else. No thanks. And I got this zipper on Amazon. That whole pack was only $9. Let's see how much this weighs. I was going to put it in a stuffed sack, but I'm not even going to worry about doing all that. Got my handy dandy scale. Got the smallest little thing at the bottom, but I can attach these together and then weigh it from there. Okay, basically it's going between 1.2, turn off. It's going between 1.2 and 1.3, so it's probably literally right at 1 1/4. So that would be 20 ounces. 20 ounces with the zipper added. That's excellent. That's better than I thought. Okay. And for that means that zipper basically added half an ounce. So I would say that was worth the investment for $9 and the 8 hours. Okay, but I'm happy with this. It was a good investment, and I'm gonna be taking this out there with me. So that's the end of that. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this little makeshift gear to do. I don't even know what this is. But I hope y'all are having a great day. Going to be back out on the CDT in less than a week. So today's Friday. Next Tuesday we're flying out. Next Thursday we should be back on the trail. And I am ready. Okay, bye.